Good morning and thank you for tuning in even today as we continue to update you on the happenings in and around you. Our current location still remains Makurdi-Gboko Road. Yesterday I was out here to inform you of the progress so far on this particular road, and I told you that that progress was actually made, that another step had actually started. So yesterday it was laying of the stone base, and the first step of the stone base was laid yesterday, and today, as you can see, another face has been added on top of the first layer yesterday. This is just to make sure that the road carries the thickness to be able to withstand whatever pressure at all that it's going to encounter. This is the kind of road that endures over centuries. Children yet unborn will grow up to use this road and still give birth to children who will still grow up to use this kind of road. This is not the type that after a few years or just a few months begins to wear and tear. This one does not spoil. This one is enduring, it's everlasting, and so this is what the governor is doing. So right now, we continue to give you these updates. They are people of God, they are the people of Benue State. This is exactly what we had budgeted for. This is exactly what we had bargained for. Now I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth that this thickness is massive. This thickness is incredible. This thickness is unprecedented. This is just laying of a stone base, and this is the first step that was laid yesterday. And today another step has been added on top of the first that was laid yesterday. So like I was saying, this is to ensure that the road carries the kind of thickness that can withstand whatever pressure that the road is going to have to encounter. I tell you the truth, a lot of lorries, a lot of big vehicles ply this particular road, and whichever vehicle uses this route after its completion, the route is going to remain unshaken. Nothing is going to happen, and I tell you the truth, this road is going to stay over centuries. Like I was saying, children yet unborn will have to grow to use this road, and still give birth to children who will still grow to use this road. And like that, it's going to continue. So administrations coming up and out will not have to talk about walking on the road like this, because this one will need no revisiting any moment soon. I tell you the truth. And all of the roads that are being constructed in Benue State carry this type of thickness. So the roads are not just being constructed to fulfill righteousness. They are not just being constructed to give a name that the government is working. They are being constructed for the right reason, so that the people can begin to benefit what real, infrastructure looks like, what good roads network looks like, so that we can also beat abreast of the fact that yes, we are beginning to enjoy what other states in Nigeria and around the world are also enjoying. Everywhere you go around Benue State right now, you see men at work. Everywhere around Benue State, in every local government, in every geopolitical zone here in Benue State, you see men at work. Men are not just work, making roads. They are at work in hospitals. They are at work in schools. They are at work in industries. A lot is happening in and around Benue State. So this is exactly what we budgeted for. This is what we bargained for. And the governor is set to make sure that all we have ever wanted, he has brought to our doorstep right here in Benue State. The people of Benue State, the only thing we need to do right now is just to queue behind this reverend gentleman that is set to deliver the dividends of democracy to the people of the state. The reverend gentleman that is aimed at taking us out of the bondage that we have, out of the bondage that we've been through for over decades and all of that. So we really appreciate you so much. So the only thing you can do right now is to make sure that you give the governor your support, you pray for him, you encourage him, and you make sure that the enemies of the state do not go behind you to take him out of the way, because if it is not there, he's not going to work for you. It is now that he's on the throne that he has everything it takes to make sure that you enjoy good governance. So the only thing you need right now as a people is to make sure that you rally around him, is to make sure that you refuse any attack on his personality, any attack on his government, because I tell you what, all of the things he's doing are not for himself. Like I said some time ago, this is a man that has got no children. This is a man that has got no, personal assets out there, because his family is everybody. His family is the Benue people. So he's doing all of these things for the Benue people. He's not doing them for his family because he's got none. All right? So if you don't support him, if you don't appreciate all that he's doing, and you allow the enemies of the state to take him out of the way, you are the ones to lose. The roads he's making, most of these roads, you may not even get to use them. All right? But you use them. We use them. All right? So it is only very necessary and very wise enough that you stand behind him, that you send in your support, that you tell people, of his good deeds. You tell people of what the government of the Reverend Gentleman is doing for everyone. All right? So this is very much imperative. Take this for granted. It is very much necessary that you don't take all of these things for granted. 2027 is by the corner. If you have not had your PVCs ready, we advise that you go right now and have your voters count ready, because that is the only weapon with which you are going to have to fight the battle ahead of 2027. Because I tell you what, we've got a lot of battle already waging against 2027. And if you don't have your voters cards, you are only going to have to back like a bulldog. You will not have anything to use, no weapon with which to fight. So I advise you, if you haven't got the PVCs, go right out there and get them. If you have people around you that haven't got the PVCs, advise them to go out there and get them. Because it's only with the help of our PVCs that we're going to stand our ground and tell the enemies of the state that no, we have grown past the stage of marginalization. We have grown past the stage of humiliation. We have grown past the stage of slavery. We've grown past the stage of confusion. Right now we know exactly what we want. So thank you very much for always being there. We really will appreciate you. And please, this is the only thing you've got to do. Because like I told you, all of these legacies the Reverend Gentleman is leaving are not for himself. They are for your own good. They are for my own good. If the underpass is constructed, if a flyover is constructed, this man has traveled to countries. He has been to the United States, has been to different countries around the world. He has enjoyed all of these facilities, and he may not personally have actually wanted them, but he has decided to bring them down to us, to our doorstep, so that most of us who have never been out there, we can begin to beat abreast of the fact that yes, we also, can enjoy these things. We also can beat abreast of the fact that our state has an underpass, our state has a flyover, our state has good a road network, our state has one of the best hospitals in the world, our state has industries and all of these things. So it is only necessary that we wisen up and begin to realize that all of these things the Reverend Gentleman is doing is not for himself, but is for the good of the state. And I've been hearing a lot of comments, people saying that the government of Governor Hyacinth Iormem is a little bit shaky and is sort of inconsistent. And I ask you so, and I ask you, if the government is actually shaky, if the government is unstable, but you are able to see all of this unprecedented development strides, then what exactly do you want? Because if the Reverend Gentleman is shuffling the government, is trying to put some persons off track, put them offline and bring in new persons, is to make sure that they pave way for the correct thing to be done. So what is the problem? If the government, before now, followed all of those protocols you talk about, but never realized any results, then what is the problem? If you have decided to take a different path, but we've seen results, then I think that's all that matters. So please, we've got to allow the gentleman to work. We've got to push our support behind him, and we've got to stop doubting, and we've got to rally around him. because the man on top, it's really in charge. The man on top of the game is really in charge, and he knows really what he's doing. All right, the man in charge is on top of the game, and he knows exactly how the game is played, and is playing it right. I tell you the truth, he's playing it right, and that's why we have seen all of these changes that we can see. Because if he had decided to tour the path of his predecessors, perhaps he wouldn't be any different from them. Perhaps he would even be even worse than them. But he decided that he will always say that you can keep doing one thing the same way and be expecting different results. And so the past administrations have actually done things the same way, didn't get results. They decided, okay, I'm going to take this part, I'm going to deviate a little bit and see what's going to look like. And the deviation, before man and God, humanly speaking, has brought a lot of change, positive change, and we can say. So the people of God, the Reverend Gentleman requires our support. He requires our maximum cooperation. He requires all the praise that we can give him, because he's doing exactly as we had wanted him to do. He's doing exactly as we wanted him to do. So please and please, we thank you very much for always being there. This is just one of the projects. If you are not part, if you've not been in Benue State for quite some time, I want to tell you that a lot has changed positively. A lot has changed in the positive direction in the state. And by the time you are back, you're going to be marveled at the fact that, wow, Benue State has actually moved from, the stage it was, from that stage of bondage, from that stage of slavery, from that stage of confusion, to a different stage of revelation. All right, a stage of transformation, a stage of enlightenment, a stage of freedom, a stage in which everybody is happy of being part of the state. All right, so thank you very much, and we ask you that you continue to put your support. We ask you that you continue to put in, to support, to put in every effort you can to make sure that the Governor Hyacinth Iormem takes back the seat come 2027. Don't allow anyone to come and try to confuse you, because he's the right man for the job and he's doing it. So he requires all the support that we can give him. So we really appreciate you for always being there. We thank you so much, and we ask that you continue to be there as we continue to update you even further. All right, so we continue to thank you, we continue to appreciate you, and for this round of inspection, we appreciate you for being part of it, and sooner than later we'll withdraw our curtain. All right, well, these are the machines working on this road, and it's going to be one of the best roads ever, because the thickness is crazy, the thickness is unprecedented, the thickness is amazing. What you see right now is not the last stage. Like I was saying, yesterday was a laying of a stone base. This was the first part that was done yesterday. I mean, in my opinion, this was going to be the last one before the asphalt lay. All right, I was shocked to get up this morning and discover I was shocked to wake up this morning and discover that another layer of the stone base is also been done. So after the stage, you know that another stage is going to come before the last one. So when this road is completed, it will really have been one of the best roads one would ever think of, in the whole of the world. So we will appreciate you and thank you so much, and we would love to show you yet some more, and then we will try the best we can. See how we can go to curtain. Come on, Jake, come and get safe. Okay, now come over the person. Yeah, somebody says this what's the amount of money. Yeah. Somebody said this is what the amount of money for. Yeah. Somebody said this is what the amount of money costs. Pidgin language will say, better soup than money killer. Alright, so you can expect to have something of this quality, and I don't want to spend a lot of money for it. That's witchcraft. So we alright, just to run it down, if you appreciate what you say, if you love what you say, and you are proud of what you say, but you haven't got your voter's card, then you are making a mistake, alright? Because like I tell you, we've got a huge battle ahead of 2027, alright? So you are happy, and the enemies of the state are not happy that this is happening to you. So if you were not ready, if you're not well prepared for the battle ahead, they are going to take him off the stage, and then you're never going to have to see this again. So I ask you to go right now, and just go right now and have your PVCs ready and get ready for the battle ahead of 2027. So thank you very much. This is all TV and radio. And like I've always said, our work description is just simple. We walk around and try to get informed of what's happening in this administration of Governor Hyacinth Iormem Alia. A lot is going on in the state that was never there before. So that is it. So we thank you so much, and we appreciate you, and we will continue to do our job to get you abreast of what's happening. And then on your own part, make sure that you pray for the governor, make sure that you support him, make sure that you promote him in good life, because he's doing what the praise is and all of that. So that in 2027 is right back to continue to do some more. So thank you very much as we continue to give you the updates, and that you continue to be part of the process. We appreciate you so very much. Alright, so we'll be right back to you. We're going to move to another of these updates where this update where, and then we'll continue to feed you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. I remain Lawrence Horn. You're coming in this morning.